Hey besties, it's me, Vivian, aka your rich BFF and your favorite Wall Street girly. And today, we're talking about the actual habits that build wealth, not the BS advice about skipping your daily coffee. Here's the truth nobody wants to tell you. Building real wealth isn't about depriving yourself of small pleasures, it's about implementing systems and habits that actually compound over time. The difference between people who build wealth and people who stay stuck? It's not willpower, it's not luck, and it sure as hell isn't about eating ramen every night. It's about having the right systems in place that work for you, not against you. Today, I'm breaking down the 6 financial habits that literally transformed my bank account. So let's get into it. Habit number 1, I automate everything. First up, automation is your best friend. I have automatic transfers set up so that the minute my paycheck hits, money goes to my high yield savings, my investment accounts, and my sinking fund automatically. I don't even have to touch it. I'm talking 20% to investments, 10% to my emergency fund, and yes, 5% to my Vivian Deserves Nice Things fund, aka my sinking fund. Because budgeting without joy is just restriction, and restriction leads to financial binges. It's essentially the same as dieting. If you go too hard too quickly or try and give up too much cold turkey, you won't actually stick with it. It's okay to budget for little treats and for fun. The key here, though, is paying yourself first. This allows you to set money aside for your big goals before getting to discretionary spending. Make it automatic so you can't even think about it. Habit number 2, I negotiate my salary every single year. Listen, your salary is not set in stone. Every single year, you should be having a chat with your boss about your compensation. When I worked in corporate America, I was doing this every single year. Not only should you be advocating for your worth, but life is expensive, and with inflation, things are only going to get more expensive, so your salary should be commensurate with not only the market rate for what you do, but also reflect the level of experience and skill you bring to the table. How to do this? Don't ask when you're desperate at the end of the year. Start doing quarterly check-ins with your boss and make it known months, not days, in advance that you're looking for a raise or promotion. I typically recommend trying to aim for a 10 to 15% increase every year. The best way to make sure you're actually getting that raise? Make a brag book. Come with receipts, wins, impact, and market research on what other people in your role are making. Your income is your wealth-building engine. It's really hard to cut $5,000 out of your budget, but getting a $5,000 raise? Not as hard as you would think. Don't make yourself fight an uphill battle when it comes to building your wealth. And for my freelancer friends, I still negotiate my salary now as a 1099 employee who runs her own business. I negotiate on contracts, brand partners, book deals, podcast network deals, etc. No matter what you do for work, you have room to negotiate to ensure you're getting paid your worth. Habit number 3, I maximize my 401k match. If your job offers a 401k match and you're not taking it, you're literally leaving free money on the table. Before I worked for myself, I maxed out my company-sponsored 401k up to the max employer match first before I even thought about other investments. Your employer match is literally free money. Aside from just setting money aside for your retirement, why is this so important? Because of taxes. You have to pay taxes on what you earn every year, but contributions toward a 401k or 403b do not count as part of your taxable income. So the more money you can put into tax-advantaged investment accounts, the less you'll have to give up to Uncle Sam. Don't have a 401k? Make sure you have and are maxing out your IRA or Roth IRA. Another great option for a tax-advantaged retirement account if your employer doesn't offer a 401k. You can set these accounts up on your own, and they are only tied to you rather than your employer. If you're self-employed, solo 401ks and SEP IRAs are 2 other great options as well. Tax-advantaged accounts are your literal best friends, so don't discount them. Habit number 4, I invest in index funds because boring is beautiful. Forget crypto, forget cherry-picking individual stocks, forget whatever your cousin's friend is hyping on TikTok. I put the majority of my investment money into boring, unsexy, diversified index funds. Think of it like this. The investment firms and banks have billions of dollars at their disposal, and they can't pick the perfect stock, so what makes you think you can do it? Think of it like this. The S&P 500 tracks the 500 biggest companies in America. When you buy an S&P 500 index fund, you're not betting on whether Apple or Microsoft will beat Amazon this year. You're betting on the entire American economy doing well over time. And historically, that's been a pretty safe bet. It's diversification on autopilot, and it's how regular people build real wealth without trying to time the market or pick winners. Additionally, time is your best friend when it comes to investing. The more time you spend investing, the bigger returns you are likely to see. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world, but only if you actually let it compound. That means time in the market, not timing the market. Habit number 5, using a value-based spending formula. This habit helps me figure out what actually sparks joy versus what's probably just an impulse spend that I could afford to skip. Instead of immediately hitting purchase as soon as the online shopping demon takes hold of me, I take a second to calculate whether or not something is worth it. This equation is called value-based spending, otherwise known as the Your Rich BFF, is it worth it? Equation. Take the cost of any potential purchase divided by your hourly take-home pay. In other words, how much time do you have to spend at your job to pay for that good or service? If your take-home pay is $20, instead of your pad thai costing $28.73, it's now about an hour and a half of work. Is that worth it? Those $80 yoga pants? 4 hours. Personally, I learned a lot about myself using this equation, and it severely cut down my discretionary spending when it came to clothes, the must-have latest technology, and social obligations. But it also helped me feel way less guilt when spending money on vacations, food, experiences, and self-improvement, because I could 100% justify the costs. And last but not least, habit 6, I utilize rewards programs. Here's where it gets interesting. The number one habit that's grown my net worth, treating personal development like an actual investment strategy. I'm talking everything from my skills and health to the tools and services that help me operate at my best, and I make sure I'm getting maximum value out of every dollar. When it comes to my aesthetic routine, including my BOTOX Cosmetic treatments, I take the same exact approach. I use the Ally loyalty program, so I'm earning points and rewards on treatments I was already planning and budgeting for. With Ally, every treatment becomes part of a long-term system. I earn, save, and reinvest those rewards toward future treatments. It's smart, it's strategic, and it's how I make my aesthetic spend work harder for me. Because focusing on yourself shouldn't just feel good. With Ally, it can add up over time. So there you have it, 6 habits that actually build wealth. Notice how none of them involve depriving yourself or living like a monk. Wealth building isn't about restriction, it's about being intentional with your money and making every dollar work as hard as you do. Which of these habits are you going to implement first? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye!
Talk to your doctor about BOTOX Cosmetic and whether it's right for you. The effects of BOTOX Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms.